about my handmaiden's music cue, shoves me into the dance, hoping I might fall in front of the company and be fired. But made of iron batting and humiliation be damned, I execute the three-step skitter called triplets as she yells out and exits the right wing, named the side of life, echoing in my legend of Judith ears, the Jewess Judith from the Apocrypha, who seduced and beheaded the Assyrian general Holofernes for eviscerating her people. United in purpose to Clytemnestra. Though the thirst for vengeance seems slaked, as Clytemnestra's son Orestes finishes off his mother, clearing the house of Atreus's pollution, while at the end of Act 2 we Furies become the Eumenides, or the kindly ones, performing a unison dance without angular movements or banging falls to the floor, while my unfriends and I find a comfortable place to cope with our dislikes. There remains a question from the top of the dance, where I wonder if the poisons will carry forward when Martha, as Clytemnestra in the underworld, thrusts her clawed, cupped hands up and down as if to ask, why? Why did my husband who sacrificed our youngest and my son who murdered me go unpunished while I, a woman, was put to death for my crimes? The next one is The Faithful. It's honoring Martha Graham and the company members, teachers Bertram Ross, Jean MacDonald, David Wood, Helen McGehee, and Ethel Winter. It's called The Faithful because they were with her the rest of her lives. 1, the women's dressing room. The to be or not to be of tight hair buns, false eyelashes, fire engine red lips to receive the blessings from mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the best of us all? Should I wear my long black or short sleeved leotard, tan or black footless tights, the de rigueur of how Martha demands we dancers dress? The only permitted colors are for leg warmers or wool tights, but never show up in ballet pink. This is the 1960s and the war between ballet is on. 2, if Bert's teaching, will he be on time or will he dash in late because his Weimaraner Bravo was doing his business? To watch Bert warm up with us in the floor work is to witness the core of Graham technique, his deeply contracted, concave spine is like a tree hollow I want to crawl into. If Gene's teaching the advanced 430, will his styrofoam cup be filled or half filled with gin? Who cares when his combinations emphasize stretchy leg extensions, then falls to the floor, brushstrokes making us larger, more beautiful than we are? David, like a drill sergeant, infuses his Friday teen class with courage, can and will do. I demonstrate for him, am the how-to example like Bert is for Martha, as crippling arthritis limits her from teaching anymore. Am I in the big time now? Daredevil Helen pushes us to greater acrobatic heights as if we could soar unimpeded through the 363 East 63rd Street brownstone roof and fly to Peter's Neverland. Lyrically bent Ethel's liquid body teaches us the beauty of connectivity, steps streaming from one to another, giving each movement equal weight, epiphanies of a peaceful world during the Vietnam War. On rare occasions when Martha teaches, she stands in front of the class in a classic black Chinese robe, black tights, and with bunions as big as doorknobs. Her formerly bare feet are housed in ballet slippers. While we go through Graham's litany of exercises, her body's alive with what it has wrought, where discoveries lead to dream states paved with insight. Her olive black eyes radiate joy, perhaps remembering where a movement comes from, like the knee vibrations in the cave of the heart. To Samuel Barber's score, The Sorceress, based on the Medea myth, she stands on Isamu Noguchi's odd-shaped stone, hunches inside a 2-story spiky gold web, one leg bent at the knee. She whips it back, front, in figure eights, frothing herself to poison the little princess. Her knife-sharp knee raging, kill. Knee vibrations enter the technique. Martha Graham, mistress of light and dark, is like a nun called to God. She wears the habit of beauty through the movement vocabulary she's created, living inside the spectrum of the soul, filtered through her body, mind, heart, and spirit. This is her one-of-a-kind gift to the world. This next one is about the amazing thing, of dancing with Martha. When in 1963, some of you know this poem already, when the Bolshoi came to New York and got permission to take a class at Martha Graham's. So this is Martha Graham, the stars of Moscow's Bolshoi Ballet and the Cold War. That once in a lifetime fall day in 1963, when the Cold War warmed East 63rd Street at the Martha Graham School of Contemporary Dance. That unforgettable day when Ekaterina Maximova and Vladimir Vasilyev, the wife and husband stars of Russia's ballet, Bolshoi Ballet, performing at the Metropolitan Opera House, were given permission by the Russian government to take a modern dance class from Martha Graham. That bone-chilling day when 4 squat-bodied officials, 1 female translator, and 3 scowling KGBers sat on Isamu Noguchi's kidney-shaped low wood benches guarding their country's treasures. Niet defections here, the reminder of Nureyev's 1961 escape from the Kirov Ballet to England, still fresh. That day when 2 prima ballet dancers with the skill and beauty of Olympian gods shared a foreign movement vocabulary and spent half an hour warming up on the floor instead of a bar. That perpetually surprising day when Martha Graham's signature movement, the contraction and release, became a diplomatic peace offering. That day, after a class composed of advanced students and company members, Martha invited us into the garden to welcome the Russians. We gave them our best smiles and through the translator thanked Maximova and Vasilyev for coming. That day when the star, Maximova, took Martha by the elbow and brought her to her bulging dance bag, Maximova reached in a pocket, pulled out a 25-year-old wrinkled photo of Martha Graham from Letter to the World, 1940, her dance based on Emily Dickinson's Love of Life. That moment when Maximova showed Martha the photo, her wet eyes seeming to say, "You inspire me, you give me courage," then placed it over her heart and squeezed Martha's hand as if she'd been waiting for this all her Iron Curtain life. That once in a lifetime day when we were all so moved that neither the KGB nor the language barrier nor the Cold War stopped the flow of art from spreading throughout the world. That poem always gets me. This is my last poem. It's really a love letter to Martha. Dear Martha, I see you in the street, on subways. I should mention also this poem won first place in the Ventura County Poetry Project. Dear Martha, I see you in the street, on subways, in museums on Etruscan vases, in the hundreds of dances you've made and the thousands of bodies you've trained. I hear you saying, I steal, but only from the best. Dance was a verb before it was a noun. I swat you away, but you keep pounding. Dance is 25% talent, 75% drive. I've had my failures, and I just kiss them goodbye. I smell you in rain, in trees, on the Upper East Side where you lived, and the Lower East Side that smells of pastrami and immigrants' dreams. I taste you in caviar and sake, in my unending thirst for more. I feel your touch in my hair, on my spine. And when you touch me, I'm changed from a woman who's lost to a dancer who's found. Martha, you are the experience of a lifetime. To dance one of your dances is to live in the divine. That's it.
Wow.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wow, Jean, that's fabulous. Let me open the mic to comments, and you could also type things in the chat box if you like.
Yeah. I think that, am I on?
Yeah.
Am I on? Can you hear me?
Yes, we
Yeah,
do.
I just loved it, Jean. I kept trying to visualize all the movements you were writing about. I was just closing my eyes, trying to capture them. Thank you so much. This really was an event for us as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good job, Nana. I really liked how you said, how you expressed, the emotion. It was really interesting.
Oh, I'm glad. I was going to do something else, and I chose these because of that, the personal and also the troubles that I had and, whatever. Thank you.
I love the way you selected the poems and how you read them in order and how you came down to the closure. It was really quite a trip for us.
Mm-hmm.
Thank
You know, the poems worked in the way